Hey adventurers, so today's going to be another book review. This is going to be for Idylls of the King, I'm not sure, by Alfred Lord Tennyson. This is Arthuriana, this is poetry, this is an epic, a classic, so lots of just those genres and lots of the genres that go along with Arthuriana. Idylls of the King, I'm going to say it Idylls because that's how I'm used to saying it. Idylls of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson is his attempt to retell the Arthurian myth with his own voice and style, specifically through poetry. This is very similar to Le Morte d'Arthur, but approached in a much more poetic manner. This isn't a surprise to anyone because I've talked about it extensively on the channel and have lots of reviews about Arthuriana and books about King Arthur, but I love Arthuriana and the Arthurian myth. I love the classics, and I actually really love poetry. I haven't shown that quite as much on the channel as I probably should, but I do really love poetry. All three of those things come together here into something that's extremely enjoyable for me. I actually listened to an audiobook. It was a LibriVox audiobook on this one, and I just hit play and it started talking. I was like, this is just home for me. I feel right at home listening to these. Tennyson does not reinvent the tale by any means, and in fact it feels a lot like he wanted to abridge and retell Le Morte d'Arthur, Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur, for his own audience. But I don't feel like that's a negative here. I actually feel like it's very clear what he wanted to do with this, and he achieved it. And although there is a little bit of that feeling of attempting to abridge Malory's story, it also really feels like very intentional with Tennyson just taking the story that he wanted to tell, retelling it in a slightly shorter, more episodic, more idyllic fashion in order to tell this story with through poetry primarily. Before I get on into the rest of this review, though, I just quickly like to say welcome to an Erudite adventure. I'm T. If you're liking what you're seeing from us, please like, comment, and subscribe. So Idylls of the King is a very lyrical and poetic retelling, but in terms of setup and construction, it's very familiar. It tells of many idyls about King Arthur and his knights, and I'm going to really quickly read the definition of idyls because I think that's important to help you understand what I'm saying when I say that it tells what did I write here? It tells of many idyls about King Arthur and his knights. So let me read that. A delightful, tranquil, rural scene or episode reminiscent of or suitable for pastoral art or literature. A short, descriptive, or narrative poem or prose work depicting a pleasant, tranquil, idealized pastoral scene or event, or any charmingly simple episode in literature. A long narrative poem on a major theme, but less elevated and formal in subject matter, language, and tone than an epic. A brief or inconsequential romantic affair, or within music, a composition usually instrumental of a pastoral or sentimental character. So it's just this idea of picturesque, beautiful, tranquil, rural scene and pleasant, and that's pastoral. Those are kind of the synonyms for idyllic. So yeah, let's continue here. This is 100% a perfect description of the stories that are told in this book, and the manner in which they are told as well. It is absolutely just beautiful to read through. But as with any good Arthurian tale, the beauty and the bliss can only last so long before destruction is signaled. But even in that, Tennyson weaves an extraordinarily immersive and entrancing ending. We know what will happen as we know the myth, but that does not keep us from feeling the emotion as Camelot and all that Arthur has worked for begins to fall. I remember thinking when I picked this book up that it felt almost like going home, which I think I already mentioned a little bit earlier. I'm so familiar with the world and with this myth, as well as the more classical and lyrical writing styles, that I was just instantly transported into the story, and I loved every minute of it. This is not my favorite telling of an Arthurian tale. This is not my favorite. I really like Le Morte d'Arthur. I don't even know if that's my favorite though, but I just, reading Idylls of the King, it felt so nice. It felt so relaxing, so comfortable for me as a reader, and I just really enjoyed and appreciated that aspect of it. Overall, though, this is nothing terribly new, especially if you've read Le Morte. I did really enjoy this one, and the lyrical style is well worth the read. It's definitely one of the nicest experiences I've had with a book in a long while, and so I'm 100% would recommend this if you like classics, if you like poetry, if you like idyls or picturesque or anything like that. or if you like the Arthurian tale. It's very, very well done. Very much enjoyed it and would absolutely recommend it. So that is my review for Idylls of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Thank you guys for watching an Erudite adventure. We post videos every Monday and Thursday and have our social medias linked in the description down below. We will see you guys again soon. Stay warm.